Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday morning, everybody, and welcome to Yaya's Morning Talk. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, amazing weekend. Um, it was nice here in Florida this weekend, and we got out and about. Yesterday being Sunday, we went to a nice diner and had breakfast. So go watch that video from yesterday. It had really, really good food. So we enjoyed ourselves. And we just enjoyed, living life yesterday. So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend as well. If you're new to the show, thank you so very much for joining me this Monday morning. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays is Yaya's Morning Talk. And we've had some very good discussions. I've been provided with you, my subscribers, some very good topics that you wanted me to research and bring to the table to talk about. So this morning, well, let's see, Friday, I left my notes over there on the table, but Friday we had continued a discussion about negative self-talk and how to avoid that. And I told you guys that today, Monday, I had found some questions that each and every one of us can ask ourselves if we feel like we're kind of in that mode of negative self-talk to ourselves. So let's jump right on into it, y'all. Um, Again, I'm going to take this in bite sizes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had forgot some notes. So yeah, I was saying that, Friday we had talked about negative self-talk and what does it mean to value yourself, the last couple visits we had, and are you worthy? And so those videos are out there, so please feel free and go out there and watch those videos. Also, I think I was also saying, oh, if you're new to the channel, we welcome you. And as you guys come in, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified each and every time that Yaya has a morning talk or hubby and I have a mukbang. So we really would like to see you again. So make sure you hit your subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. Okay, so now we're going to jump right into this because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. I have about 5 of them. I kind of want to just, put it out here on the table to you, and it's food for thought. I'll also link the description where I got these 20 questions at. So, you can put that in your library if it's something that you want to reference at a later date. So these were questions that will help us to challenge ourselves with negative thoughts. So, 1, what is the evidence? Am I confusing a thought with facts? So the fact that you believe something to be true doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. Let me say that again. The fact that I think that something is true, it doesn't necessarily, or you think that something is true, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. So we need to sit back and kind of think, what would another person, would they think that I'm correct? Or if I looked at this from the court of law standpoint, would it be that factual? Would it uphold in court? Or would it just be would it be circumstantial? What objective evidence do you have? What objective evidence do you have to back up your thinking? So, automatic thought is, let's say, when I was with John, when I met John in the street today, he didn't smile at me. So your automatic thought is, he must be mad at me. Well, sit back. Now think about that. John may not necessarily been mad at you because he didn't smile. Now, granted, he didn't smile, but it doesn't mean that he's mad at you. He may have had something else on his mind. Think about it. So, true, he didn't. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is mad at you. So, you want to keep that in mind. Number 2, am I jumping to conclusions? And this is really an easy one to do. This is the result of basing what you think on poor evidence. Like, you could say, okay, so I cooked this food and my husband didn't eat, or I baked this cake, this chocolate cake, and my husband didn't eat it. And so your first thought is, he doesn't like my cooking. I used to do that to Tim all the time. But as I tell y'all in other videos, mukbang videos that y'all saw, you know Tim is such a picky eater or whatever. And so I used to always say that he didn't like my cooking. So shoot, I just stopped cooking for him. You know, I just cooked for me and let him fix whatever he wanted to he wanted to fix for himself for a while there, you know. But my automatic thought was that he didn't like my cooking. Well, it's not necessarily that he did not like my cooking, or that he thought that I was a terrible cook. Possible answer is, all I know for sure is that he didn't eat my food. But I don't actually know that he doesn't like my cooking. So therefore, you have to either go and find out your evidence. Means you got to go ask questions if you really want to know. Can't just go on your thought. So maybe he just wasn't hungry when I did cook. Okay? And I probably needed to just ask him. Then you find out. Maybe it's what you cooked and they don't really, you know, the person didn't really like that. Maybe that person doesn't really like chocolate cake. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like your cooking. Okay? We're jumping to conclusions is the end, is my thought. Okay? Now, number 3. What alternatives are there? Okay? Am I assuming that my view, are you assuming that your view is the only one possible? Automatic thought, that was a terrible mistake that I just made. I'm just never going to learn the proper way to do it. Well, how about thinking, if I didn't feel the way I did, if I wasn't depressed meaning that you're sad or that you're being gloomy. And usually when you have negative thoughts, you are sad. Okay? You feel down about things. So, if I wasn't depressed, I'd probably just shrug my shoulders and do what I could to set the situation right, or learn from my mistake, learn from the error that I made. And this is like in a work setting possibly. And or think, you know, so-and-so, you know, Joe made that same mistake the other day. And he just kind of made a joke about it and moved on. So, as we had talked about before, stop putting yourself in a box and thinking that you're just the only one that may have made a mistake. That's just life. Everybody, we're imperfect. We're not perfect people. But what we do want to do is we want to learn how to not keep beating ourselves up over things. And we want to look for that forward thinking have that forward thinking ability to learn from our mistakes and go ahead and move forward. Don't stay stuck. Okay. So sometimes you got to just brush your shoulders off. Note to self and move forward. Don't stay in that box. All right. So then the next thing was, what is the effect of thinking the way I do? Now this one, I really like this information on this one. What is the effect of thinking the way you do? Think. What is it that I want? What are my goals? Do I want to be happy and get the most out of life? Is the way I'm thinking helping me achieve my goal, my wants? Or is something standing in the way of what I want? These are very good questions to ask yourself, to bring yourself out of the negative thoughts that you may have about yourself. So I think each and probably every one of us at some point in our life can say that we have thought at a period of time, I've wasted my life. I know I have about stuff. I'll just say, because I smoked cigarettes for a long time. And, it's kind of like, I wasted all them years smoking cigarettes. Now I say that. I've said that. So many lost opportunities. But in saying that, the possible answer is, or the question is, what am I going to make of my future? Just stewing about the past only makes you depressed. And again, you stay stuck. Forward thinking, using our words in a positive manner. What am I now going to make of my future? I quit smoking. I have so much opportunity now to do other things besides sitting around and smoking. I'm just telling you my story. My thought on this one, personal thought. You have opportunity to do a lot more. I'm on the camera now talking to you guys. I'm not sitting just pondering and smoking cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? It's life-changing. Okay. The next thing is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of thinking this way? What are the advantages and disadvantages of thinking this way? Many distort thought patterns do have some payoff. That is what keeps them going. But do the disadvantages outweigh the advantages? You can think of new ways to look at things, which will give you the advantage, but avoid the disadvantage of the old ways. So, advantage. We know the disadvantage. The advantage is, again, a change, an opportunity, a forward-thinking thought to meet our goal that we truly want. So automatic thought. I must make, for example, you're going to go to some function, party, or some dinner. I must make a good impression at this party. That's the advantage. The disadvantage: if somebody doesn't like me, I'll feel terrible and think badly of myself. The forward-thinking, positive answer to tell yourself, I must make a good impression, just puts pressure on me and will make it difficult for me to relax and enjoy the party, enjoy myself. It is possible, it isn't possible for everyone to like you all the time. That just ain't happening. Again, y'all know what kind of world we're living in. That's just not going to happen. But it's very nice when they do. But if they don't, it's not the end of the world. Now, a lot of these things that I just went over are very, very strong feelings that each and every one of us possibly may have had in our life. And I smile, and that is not to take away from anyone that feels this way, because it is real. Any of these words that have been said in a not forward-thinking manner is real to someone, maybe to you, have been to me at certain times. But the point is to reverse all of this and to know that if you have a goal, you have a plan, and you want to be forward thinking. And so I just found these to be some very good questions that we can ask ourselves when we are in that situation. And it happens all the time. So it's just a matter that we have to just stop and think. We have to be true to ourselves. When you know that you're in a mindset and it's negative thinking, you just got to slow yourself down. Now, I shouldn't say you just got to. Slow yourself down and ponder what you're thinking and ask yourself some of these questions that we just went over to help you to move forward. Okay? So, that was 5 things that I went over. As I go through the video here, I'll capture some of these pop up on the screen for you. I will also put the link to this. It's 20 questions to help you challenge negative thoughts. So we want to challenge ourselves. If you think that you have a negative thought, then let's learn how to reverse that. Today's Monday. I'm going to do a few more of them on Wednesday. I just think that it is really important for us to go over a few more of these. Talking about blaming ourselves and concentrating on our weaknesses. Taking things personal. So I want to go through some of these and go over what our automatic thoughts may be, what the possible answers to those thoughts are, and the questions that we can ask ourselves to move ourselves forward. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this today. And I hope you guys go ahead to have an amazing, amazing Monday. And yeah. Let me know. Drop it down in the comment box. Let me know what you thought about this session and these series of thought-provoking questions that we can ask ourselves if we feel we're in a depressed mode or we feel that we're having negative thoughts, self-talk. Okay? So, again, if you haven't already, make sure you thumbs up the video. Share it out. Share the information with friends, or share the information with someone that you think that this will be helpful for them. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Okay? So until Wednesday, Yaya's Morning Talk will be back Wednesday. We'll go over some more of these thought-provoking questions to challenge ourselves. And look for some mukbangs from me and Tim. And we'll be back. And until then, deuces, y'all. Enjoy your day. Bye, y'all.